The month of September was excellent one for Xtreme trader team, as you can see, my friends. Last week we have made total of 664 pips, and the whole month of September we have made 2,637 pips of profits to our clients in the premium group of Telegram. Not to mention, of course, something very important. If you were actually relying on take profit number 1 only, you would have ended the whole month of September with 545 pips, of course, including everything, even the losses themselves. So as you can see, you can never judge the signal based on just one single day or even a week. You have to complete the whole month of using the service to be sure of how much pips and profits you will make with our signals. We have to insist again that Xtreme Trader is a signal provider. We are not a fund management. Also, you can never actually trade with just $50 or $100 and assume that you will make a good profit. You have to consider that you are an investor, and you have to actually consider investing a lot more than that if you want to earn some profits. Because we saw some clients trading the whole signals with just $50. I mean, that doesn't even make any sense, and eventually they will end up in loss. That's of course very normal. And thankfully, my friends, the happy messages from our clients are back, and we are so proud to show them and to show you that they are actually indeed happy with the service. So of course, my friends, everything is going very well, and I'm very happy to our clients, and I hope everything will continue going this way for the month of October. And thankfully, the clients are aware that they can actually recover any potential losses. I admit that, of course, on last Thursday was a bad day. We had some losses, but thankfully the day after we have recovered them, and that is of course normal in trading Forex. Of course, you can never expect the same results every single day. So there will be some bad days, and there will be a lot much more good days. And anyway, my friends, if you wish to join Xtreme Trader Forex Signals group, please contact our support. You can find their contact details in the description below this video. Contact them today, and hopefully we will see you there. So let's now begin with the weekly analysis, and of course, as usual, we will start with the Euro USD. Now, thankfully, most of the signals which I have sent to here last Friday analysis video have actually went in a good profit. Euro USD, my friends, has went in total of 36 pips of profit and reversed from the entry with about 27 pips of drawdown. But actually, it was a good signal, and I hope you guys have made a good profit with it. Anyway, let's now begin analyzing the Euro USD for the next week. Now, let me just, of course, delete the old signal. And let me just tell you something. In my opinion, after a long time of analyzing this pair, I believe that the Euro USD is going to continue the fall. If we look now at the weekly chart, however, we can notice something right here. I told you before that we're having here a long-awaited support level. Exactly right there as 0.98568. What's wrong? I cannot see the number. That's interesting. What's wrong with my eyes? Yeah, usually I can see the number. I don't know. Let me just scratch them. All right. 0.98568, yes. Anyway, let me just tell you something now. On the daily chart, however, we can notice right here that we had actually 2 attempts of the resistance right there on the very same level of a previous support, which means we already have here resistance number 1 and resistance number 2. That means that most likely right now the market has actually made 2 attempts to break out from that level of a previous support, and most likely right now, after the falls to break out from that level of a resistance, as you can see right now, the Friday candle has closed as a small red candle, which means that most likely the market will continue falling. This price action, by the way, this price action usually indicates for a bearish reversal. Now, moving to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we can notice clearly that we had here, my friends, a real level of a resistance, as we can see right there. And right here, we had here a fake breakout. Now, pay attention. The same level of a real resistance has also been respected. Now, the interesting thing here is, if we look at the resistance trend line, however, we can notice how the market is indeed respecting this level of a resistance trend line. Actually, it's like that. We can expand the resistance trend line a little bit more, just like that. Let me just be sure. Yes, fantastic. So right now, and after confirming that the market is falling on the weekly and daily chart, on the 4-hour time frame, I believe that we can actually start shorting the Euro USD after it rises till it reaches the peak of the resistance exactly right there as 0.98364. Oh my god, what's wrong with my eyes? Anyway, that was, my friends, as you can see right here, a false breakout again, a real level of a resistance, and again a real level of a resistance. That being said, I believe the Euro USD will continue rising till it reaches the same level of the resistance to create the resistance number 3 right now, and afterwards it's gonna continue the fall. Most likely, if that happens, the Euro USD is actually going to make a bearish breakout from that level of a support trend line. So if the pair will be able to break out from that level of a support trend line, oh boy, we are looking for a very decent good profit, and the market most likely will continue falling till it reaches that level of a support, which was of course Fibonacci 61.8, as we can see right here. It was 61.8 retracement. So most likely that's going to be of course our take profit level. That being said, if we sell right there, the take profit level will be placed right there as 0.96655, which means we are actually aiming 170 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, this safe zone should be ranging just till the peak of the resistance right there as 0.99060, which means it's going to be ranging for about 70 pips. And trust me, my friends, when we are talking about the current situation of the market this week, that is actually normal. The pound USD is moving for 200 pips in just 5 minutes candles. The Euro USD is moving for about 111 pips in one single candle on the 4-hour time frame. So these pips given are actually normal with the current situation of the market. There goes our signal, my friends, for the Euro USD. Moving now to the pound USD. Okay, so of course the pound USD has anyway reversed just like I would say about 22 pips far away from the entry, and went in the right direction for about 141 pips. Of course, I cannot claim this signal since it hasn't been triggered. So anyway, let me now tell you what we can do next with the pound USD. It's actually very similar to the Euro USD. Now on the let me just move now to the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we can see that there is a strong bullish movement right here. But does it mean that the the pound USD is actually going to continue the rise? I actually doubt that. The reason lies on the daily chart. On the daily chart, my friends, we are having here this broken support level exactly right there at 1.12265. On the daily chart right now, it seems like the market is actually retesting that level of a broken support. Now the market has created already a resistance number 1. Which means the market will actually bounce right here a little bit more, reaching that level of a previous resistance, and from there only we can start buying the pair. Meaning until then we are going to maintain a sell order till the market reaches that level of a previous resistance. Now moving to the 4-hour time frame, and by the way I forgot to mention that we are having here also a resistance trend line, as you can see, my friends. That is of course, let me just tell you something. Let me just make it more accurate, just like that. Perfect. So right here we had a real level of a resistance trend line, then a fake breakout, then again the same level of a real resistance trend line has been respected not only once but twice. That all confirmed together that most likely the pound USD is indeed going to continue the fall for the remaining days of this week. So for the whole next week, I mean. So let's now go to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we can see clearly that we had here the previous support at 1.12265. Right now, that broken support level has already become a resistance for only once. That was the resistance number 1. So most likely we will be shorting the pound USD right on the second attempt of the resistance, which is resistance number 2, which means we have to wait for the pound USD to rise for about 67 pips before we can start selling it. And again, with the current situation of the market, that is nothing. And of course, if we do that, the target, my friends, has to be placed right there at the nearest resistance to our entry, which is going to be right here at 1.09360, which means we can actually expect to make about 291 pips profit from shorting the pound USD. Again, really normal with the current situation market. And market situation, sorry. And of course, the edge of the safe zone will be ranging for about 120 pips till the market reaches the highest level of the resistance right there. The reason, of course, since we are actually relying on that resistance trend line just like that, if the market will be able to break out from that resistance trend line like that, it means that this market has no more is no more respecting that level of a resistance trend line and most likely will continue the rise. But again, I really doubt that this is going to happen with the current situation of the USD dollar. So anyway, let me now write the signal for you. There goes your signal, my friends, for the pound USD. Moving now to the AUD USD. Ouch. Okay, AUD USD sadly didn't work at all, as we can see. The market has reversed for about 35 pips of profit before finally goes against our direction and exceeds the safe zone by 10 more pips. And as we can see, right now it's running in loss. Please accept my apologies, guys, if anyone have lost money with this signal. However, you cannot guess them all right, I guess, right? So I think that was fine. We can actually recover. It was actually a very small loss of just 45 pips, I guess. So let me now delete the old signal and let's see what we can do next with the AUD USD. Actually, if we check now the weekly chart, this is really interesting. So we had here a long-awaited support level exactly at 0.64289. And seems like, again, on the weekly chart, the AUD USD, my friends, has actually managed to close below that level of a previous strong key support level. Even the new support right here, which has been formed back in April 2020, we actually were expecting from the AUD USD to make a bullish reversal upon the pressure from that support. But indeed, the market has actually set its sword and it continued the fall below that level of a support. So we had here a reversal, which actually fooled us, sorry. And we thought that the market will continue rising, but the market actually set its word and just boom, continue the fall. So right now, the only option that we are having with the AUD USD is just shorting it. So now moving to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the market here has actually formed a false breakout. Right here, my friends, that is actually a fake breakout. And right now, the AUD USD has closed exactly right there. Most likely, the AUD USD will make a pullback. And most likely, again, we can actually short the AUD USD exactly from that level, since actually we're having here a broken support level. Let me just show it to you. Exactly just like that. So this was, my friends, a broken real level of a support. As we can see right here, the same level of a real support has been respected in the past. And right here, we had a fake breakout. Which means if the AUD USD will make a pullback to retest any broken support level, that's going to be our support. Most likely the AUD USD will continue rising like this till it reaches that broken level of a support and retest it, which means we have to wait for the AUD USD to rise for about 51 pips before we can start finally shorting it. That's going to be actually our safest entry for the sell. So I think this is a very straight and simple and straightforward analysis. Also, we're having here a resistance trend line. And as you can see, most likely the AUD USD will be respecting this level of a resistance trend line, and afterwards will continue the fall. So again, based on the daily, on the weekly chart, if we started shorting the AUD USD from 0.64512, our take profit level has to be placed right there at the lowest level of a support at 0.62617. And of course, the safe zone, let me just make sure it's clear for you guys, just like that. And of course, this safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging higher than the peak of the resistance right there. Just right there, exactly, at 0.65021. Actually, there is more to analyze this pair, but I just don't want to make the video so long. I mean, 40 minutes video is way so much. However, let me just tell you that we are having here a broken support trend line just like that, my friends. This was the real level of a broken support trend line. This as well, right here we had the fake breakout, and again this was the broken support trend line. That was the bearish breakout candle, and there, right there, my friends, we can short the AUD USD, expecting from the market to rise just for very few pips, just to continue retesting that broken level of a support trend line to create, of course, a new resistance trend line, and then the market most likely will continue the fall. So that's everything actually for the AUD USD. Let me write the signal for you. And there goes the signal, my friends, for the AUD USD. Again, the target is going to be 190 pips, I would say, against about 50 pips of the safe zone. That's everything for the AUD/USD. Moving now to the USD Cad. Alright, so USD Cad, as you can see, has resumed the rise. Unfortunately, the signal was working, which I have sent to you here last Friday. The signal has reversed for about 57 pips before go against our direction. Unfortunately, rises for about 168 pips. Sadly, this signal didn't work. But again, this is normal, considering that the whole month, actually the whole last 3 months, I would say about 85% of my signals were actually running in profit and going in the right direction. So anyway, the bullish movement right now, my friends, is very strong with the USD Cad. That price action has actually tricked us, made us thinking that the USD Cad will continue the fall, but the market had a different opinion. And as you can see, these two bullish candles, these two bullish engulfing candles indicates that the market indeed will continue the rise. So moving now to the weekly chart, we need to understand where did the market break out from and what resistance was the broken one and where we can expect from the market to reverse at and where we're going to. So anyway, we had right here a long weighted resistance at 1.37750. As we can see, this was indeed the real level of a previous resistance. We had here a false breakout. So everyone, including me, myself, of course, we were expecting from the USD Cad to reverse upon the pressure from that level of a resistance. That didn't happen, and the market just resumed the rise. So meaning, we need to consider now buying the pair. If we want to go to the daily chart right now, let me just scroll to the left to show you something interesting. Right here, exactly right there, at 1.37257, lies a very strong support level. That support level actually has become a resistance, as we can see right here, not only once but twice. This was the second attempt. Right here was the first attempt. So meaning we have to wait for the USD Cad to fall for about 95 pips before we can start buying it. And again, with the current situation of the market, that's actually not a big issue. Let me just go to the 1 hour time frame to show you. On the 1 hour time frame, as you can see right here, one single candle, this candle right here, my friends, one single candle has moved for about 90 pips. So again, falling for about 96 pips is really nothing, not a big issue for the USD Cad. So most likely, that's exactly where we can start buying the pair, considering that we're having here also a support trend line. And check this out. That support trend line is most likely going to be respected. Again, we have 2 times where the market has respected that level of a support trend line. We have to wait for the market to fall again. First of all, that support trend line will be respected. Second of all, that support right here on horizontal level, which became a broken resistance level, as we can see, is most likely gonna be respected again. That is, my friends, gonna be the best level to start buying the USD Cad. Now, once we do that, let me now go to the 4 hour time frame. Once we do that, let me just scroll to the left side, sorry, to show you the take profit level. I'm scrolling to the left side. I want to find the strongest resistance level. Now, pay attention. That is what I'm telling you about. Right now, the market is at 1.38278. We have to wait for the market to fall for about 97 pips before we can start buying it. But however, once we do that and buy the market at that level of 1.37257, our take profit level right now is gonna be different. Our take profit level, my friends, has to be placed exactly right there, at the nearest strong key support level at 1.39195, which means we will be aiming about 197 pips profit from this signal. That's gonna be, of course, the nearest strong key support level to our entry. Let me just squeeze the chart, exactly just like that. And of course, since we are actually relying on that support trend line, the safe zone will be ranging only till the lowest level of a real support right there at 1.36370, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 87 pips against 193 pips of profits. And there goes the signal, my friends, for the USD Cad. Moving now to the USD JPY, which, by the way, remains the same. I have drawn here the support trend line last Friday, or actually no, the last midweek analysis video, I believe, and I told you that the USD will be reversing on that support trend line. It happened on Thursday and again happened on Friday, which means that support trend line, my friends, is indeed being respected. And so far, the USD has actually shown a very strong bullish movement right here. So it's moving in an upper trend, and most likely we can actually keep the same signal for the USD since we can actually expect from the market to fall for about 28 pips, or actually maybe less than that. I think actually more than that. I mean, maybe 33 pips or 35 pips, respecting again that level of a support trend line, and afterwards is going to continue the rise. If we check the weekly chart, the last week candle actually closed with a very strong bullish candle. It was a full bar. If we go now to the daily chart, we can notice that the market has actually formed right here a bearish reversal pattern, but thankfully I don't know why I didn't fall for it. I just insisted that the USD will continue the rise, and that is exactly what has happened. So we can actually expect to keep this signal. The USD signal remains the same again for the third time from the last, I think, late week analysis video, not midweek. Anyway, that's everything for the USD Moving now to the USD Chf. Okay, so unfortunately USD Chf signal didn't work very well. As you can see, it has originally reversed from this level where I sent you on last midweek analysis video telling you to sell the USD Chf from there. It has reversed just like 8 pips far away from the take profit level, and then I told you let's short again, but sadly that didn't happen. So again, I hope you guys have even made some good profits with the first sell, but again, for those who have entered the second sell, I hope you guys accept my apologies. And again, this is very normal. We will do the best we can to recover with the next signal. So anyway, moving now to the weekly chart. Now on the weekly chart, we can notice here something important. Right here, my friends, we had actually a resistance level at 0.98460. Now pay attention, on the weekly chart, the market actually has closed above that level of a resistance, exactly right there. Which means that most likely the USD Chf is actually going to continue the rise till it reaches the highest level of the resistance at 1.00473. The bullish movement here, if I go now to the daily chart, look at that. That bullish candle is very strong, and we cannot just simply ignore it and say that the market will continue the fall right now upon the pressure from that level of a resistance. Most likely that's not going to happen. We have here two signals indicating that the market will continue the rise. Number one is this candle right here. That candle usually is my favorite price action, which usually indicates for a bullish reversal. And the second one is this very strong bullish engulfing candle. All of that together indicates that the USD Chf is indeed going to continue the rise toward that level of a resistance at 1.00473. We can see also right here, my friends, that we had here a support trend line, just like that. So this was a real level of a support trend line, a fake breakout, and then we had the same level of a real support trend line has been respected. Now all you need to do, based on the strategy which I have on my channel called the magic of trend lines, all you need to do is simply drag the very same level of a support trend line to any lower low. As we can see right here, I have dragged the same level or the same resistance trend line. I have placed it right here on that support trend line, and check out what happened next. Resistance trend line, fake breakout, and then we have the real bullish breakout from that level, and again the very same support trend line has been respected right there. All of that together indicates that the USD Chf is indeed going to continue the rise. So now let's move to the smaller time frame. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame so we can identify the real support and resistance trend lines. Now we can see that right here we have a support at 0.98492, but the pair is just like 24 pips far away from that entry. I don't believe that that's going to be the level where the market might reverse from. We want to analyze it deeper than that. So let me just tell you something. If I zoom in like that, my friends, now pay attention. Exactly right here, right there. At 0.98360, what did we have? So we have here, first of all, a real level of a resistance, then a real level of a support, a fake breakout, and then we had these two tails right here represents a support. Then we had here a bearish breakout from that level of a real support. That same level of a real support has become a real level of a resistance with this wick right here, because these two candles and these two candles are both together represents the false breakout. Now pay attention to what happened. We had here the bullish breakout candle from that level of a resistance, and now the same level of a resistance has become already a support. These three candles represents support number one, which means, in other words, we have to wait for the USD Chf to fall all the way to reach the same level of that support to create support number two, and afterwards we can start buying the USD Chf, and this time we will actually be aiming the highest level of the real level of a resistance as 0.99409, which means we are aiming approximately 105 pips profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the edge of the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging lower than this level of a real support right here as 0.97992. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the USD Chf. Moving now to the gold. Alright, so the gold signal, I think it hasn't been triggered, but it has went in the right direction and reversed forthwise from the take profit level. So anyway, let's see now what we can do next with this pair. The only problem right here is you are on 25 minutes of this video, you are about to finish it, and until now you did not hit the like button. That's actually a big issue. I don't understand why. We have more than 4,000 views on this weekly analysis video, and we have barely 200 likes hit. I don't understand the reason, guys. Come on, give it to me. If you guys like this video, if you guys have made any profits with these signals, please hit the like button. Just burn these 2.5 calories, moving your mouse to the your hand to the mouse cursor. Click the like button and just sit back and just continue watching. It's not gonna harm you. It's not gonna do anything bad to you. It's just gonna hopefully increase the audience to the channel. So again, thank you guys. I'm just joking, you know that. I'm just very thankful and appreciate that you guys have spent all this time watching my videos, even though sometimes, actually all of the times, they are boring. And I hope you guys are actually learning something from this analysis, and hopefully it's going to be accurate also for this week as well. So anyway, moving now to the weekly chart on the gold. Now the weekly chart shows us something very interesting. If you guys remember clearly, I told you before that we are having here a support trend line, and right here we can actually expect from the gold to continue rising till it reaches that broken level of a support trend line. Check out what happened. The market seems like it has been actually attempting to break out from that level of a previous support, but eventually it has failed. Now, if we look at the lowest level of a support right here, exactly right there at 1675.04, look at that. This was the lowest level of the support, and as you can see, the market has already retested that level of a broken support. So most likely the gold, my friends, is going to actually continue the fall till it reaches 1568.64. Now, of course, I'm not going to give you these signals to start to the take profit level below 1600. 1674 is going to be our take profit level. That's actually, I told you before many times, 1600, 1700, 1800, 1900, these are, my friends, critical levels for the gold. And the gold most likely will not be able to reach these levels instantly. There will be some pulls and backs upon the pressure from support and resistance once the market reaches these levels. So that being said, we have actually identified our take profit level. I'm gonna make it at 1607. So meaning we still have about 678 pips more to go. Now going to the daily chart, however, actually I need to go to the 1 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame, sorry, 4 hour time frame. So right now, my friends, we can see that the market has indeed respected that level of a previous support. Again, I'm on the 4 hour time frame. Check this out. The market is actually on the lowest level of the support, which means if I scroll right now, notice how many attempts we had on this level as a resistance. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 attempts, and again, all of them on the 4 hour time frame. So telling me that we can start buying on that support level right there, I don't buy that. I don't believe that the gold is actually going to continue the rise upon the pressure from that previous broken support level on the weekly chart. That level cannot be ignored. Therefore, and again on the 4-hour time frame, the gold has already reversed from that level of a resistance. Right now, what we can actually expect from the gold, since we are having here a support zone like that, as we can see, we can actually expect from the gold to continue falling for about, I would say, 40 pips, reverse upon the pressure from that level of support, and after that, the gold is most likely going to continue the fall upon the pressure from that real level of resistance right there at 1665.20. We just have to wait the gold to rise again for about 47 pips before we can start shorting it. I mean, the bearish movement here is very strong. The resistance trend line, if I actually have to draw it just like that, we need to separate the real levels from the false levels. Let's just consider them level by level, just like that. Look at that, my friends. So we can see the real level of a resistance trend line, again real level of a resistance trend line, false breakout, real level, false breakout, and again real level, which means the gold most likely will fall again, reaching that level of a previous support, and then upon the pressure from that support, it's gonna make a pullback, reverse again all the way up here, making a pullback, retesting that level of a real support resistance trend line, and after that the gold will continue the fall. That's gonna be our target. Actually, I want to make it sure that hopefully everyone will make good profit with this signal. That being said, the take profit level is going to be placed at the lowest level of the current support in this structure at 1621.92, which means we're aiming approximately 437 pips profit from the signal against the edge of the safe zone, which is going to be placed at the highest level of the resistance at 1684.75, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 196 pips against 440 pips of profit. And there goes our signal, my friends, for the next week. Again, I hope it's going to be a very fruitful week, and hopefully everyone will make a good profits with these signals. Again, just keep in mind, Xtreme Trader is just a signal provider. We are not funds management service, so I cannot be responsible of how much you are investing, how much you are willing to risk, how much you might lose. My job here relies on just giving you the signal. Now it's completely up to you how to use them. If you wish to open like 10 orders per one signal, you have the right to do it. If you want to open just one of these signals instead of picking them all, also you have the right to do that. Do whatever you want with these signals. They are fully yours. And again, be careful and wise about your funds, because it doesn't mean that just because these signals came from Xtreme Trader doesn't mean at all that they will be 100% in profit. I'm so proud of I'm so proud and happy of my performance for the last 3 months, and even the premium group, of course, is doing amazingly very well, and the clients are very happy and satisfied with the results. But that doesn't mean that we never make mistakes. Mistakes and losses is part of trading Forex. You should never ever trade Forex expecting that you will never lose. And again, judging the signals over just 1 or 2 bad days doesn't make any sense. You have to complete 1 month of the service to make sure that they are profitable or not. Because again, losses is part of this business, so you have to give us a chance to recover. So if we have made any losses with any signals, give us a chance to recover it with the upcoming signals. Thankfully, after 6 years in this business, we have managed to do that all of the time. So anyway, that's everything from me. I hope that is informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.